Hi, I'm Ben from Laney, and today we've got quite a cool story actually, because as you just heard, this is the Laney Klipp, this is Mike K, and we wouldn't usually do this sort of thing, but this one isn't just your ordinary clip. So first off, Mike, thanks for buying this for a start. Obviously, as you will see, there's lots of Laney options here, but this one is very, very special. So the story of this, so how did you get this?
Facebook ad, Facebook Marketplace, £600. So I saw the thing, like, I have to have this. I have to have it. Because it looked like it was in such good shape, and he was apparently the only owner of it, so he had it from day one. And he was desperate for some cash, so I said, get in the car, let's go. We're going to get this thing. And then he said it had recently been serviced, but when I got it, it was a little bit buzzy and had some wear and tear that needed to be TLC'd, and that's when I called you guys to say, come and help me.
Well, so I took it in to the service department at Laney to just take a look at it, really, see if there was anything we could do. As they took it out, I took the chassis out of the cabinet, we saw that a special signature inside it. So the signature inside wasn't recognised by everybody in the service department until James Laney comes down and he sees this signature and he goes, that's my dad's signature. Why is that in a clip? Because the clip stuff was when the company had grown. So we're talking 1972 that the clip actually went into production, full scale. And James was like, well, my dad wouldn't have been hand building these. And then we had a look at the chassis. So these corner points here, how chassis are made now is there's a piece of metal that's moulded into a shape, but then you can put your boards in and stuff like that. How they were done in sort of Super Group and LA100BL era is you'd take the piece of metal, you'd cut where you need, and you'd form, and you'd bend a box to create the chassis base, essentially. And we thought that had sort of moved on from the clip era, but it seems that because of Lyndon's signature inside, because of the way that it's spot welded in the corners and it's been hand bent, this is the first clip, we think. That's
super cool. Yeah, I got a text from James saying, hey, did you know my dad made that amp? I'm like, what? So I thought that was super cool because I've always wanted one of these, and they're very hard to find. Like, there's maybe 4 out there for sale that you can see. They range from 1,000 pounds to 2,800 pounds, and so I feel like I scored on this one. What
the clip really was is the sound that Iommi had with Sabbath in the early days, so like 68, 9, 70. He had the LA100BL, Dallas Arbiter Rangemaster as a boost pedal, and them together, the boost pedal sort of gave this sound, because he plugged into the bass channel as well on the LA100BL. So it gives this sort of bassy sort of sound, but then he puts the treble in front of it, gives us this sort of pushed boost sound. So when Lyndon came to think of doing these, he was like, well, why don't we put that into the amp? So it's the first amp to have a built-in boost in it, which is this clip section.
Yeah, it's like a fuzz. It's a very different kind of fuzz. It's almost like you hear the clean amp and then you hear the fuzz behind it.
And it's very much like turning a pedal on.
Yeah.
Because how it was done is there's an extra valve inside that is put into the circuit when it comes on. But the way it's done, it just sounds not in the way that you would do that now, like where you add a pedal to an amp and it sounds a certain way. It's got its own sort of tones,
it's
characteristics.
Super unique and it's super cool.
Some of the people that play these that you can see, you can check out on YouTube. Argent, God Gave Rock and Roll to Me. Put that on YouTube. It's on the old Grey Russell test. They've got, I think they've got 4 or 6 of these 100-watt stacks. Slade. So the Christmas song by Slade, if you've ever heard that, which you have because you're a human who is alive and has ears, that Christmas song is one of these. Loads of other bands, but like the main ones were Argent and Slade back then. We just thought we'd do this because it's such a cool story, such a cool amp, and the guy that Mike bought it from, who obviously bought it brand new back in 1971, something 71, 72. On the back plate inside, he's written his name. It's just a cool story. It's a cool amp. And the fact that you're the second owner, yet it's 40 years old, is something you don't really see very much anymore. So thank you for buying it. Yeah. So anyway, let's check it out and see what it sounds like.